What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. Now, most of you remember this reunion when Dr. Simone and her husband Cecil basically announced that they were getting a divorce after 20 plus years of marriage. And the hottest topic of that was his best friend, Tammy. I did a long video on it and everything, okay? I mean, they were going on vacations together. Tammy was always with them. She was everywhere. She came to their house, stayed with them for days. I mean, she was in the picture and a part of the family. But Dr. Simone became uncomfortable, and you all know what happened from there, okay? So, of course, Cecil and Dr. Eugene did an interview with Carlos King. So instead of me breaking down the story, explaining the story, let us all listen to what Cecil had to say and his current relationship with Tammy, or the lack thereof.
When it comes to Married to Medicine, do you guys have any regrets or had any regrets signing up to do the show? Because it's not like you grew up wanting to be on television.
Right.
And your wives didn't either. But when the show came around and you saw all the attention that it received, were there moments in your marriages where you sort of questioned whether or not this show was healthy enough to sustain your healthy marriage?
Well, I can start, Carlos. Because when we did the year 5 reunion and Simone announced that we were getting divorced, I think it's the most watched reunion on Bravo. After I walked off stage, I was like, as much as this has been a interesting journey, we should have came off of here a year or two before. Because I just felt like this is a disaster. Now, the truth be told is that it actually saved our marriage. Mm-hmm. And I know people like, how does a reality show save your marriage? But Simone and I are stubborn. We were not talking. So we had already made up in our minds, like, okay, you're ready to move on? I'm ready to move on. You don't want to talk? I don't want to talk. But then we come to the reunion, you have to talk. Mm-hmm. And not only do you have to talk, your friends are also talking to you. And they're saying things to you like, Cecil, are you sure about this? Are you going to let the devil come in between you and your marriage? And it hit me. And I was like, you know what? I haven't done enough. So as much as people sometimes down and talk about how bad reality TV is, I can truthfully tell you that without it, Simone and I would be divorced.
No, I watched that entire season and even the reunion, and to see how the couples rallied around you guys in tears to save this marriage. I thought it was beautiful, and the reason why this show is great is because it is real friendships. And you guys may fight and bicker, but fundamentally, it is about real friendships. In that moment, going back to season 5, obviously the biggest controversy was that you had a female friend named Tammy. And it appeared that Tammy was coming in between your marriage with Simone. The fact that you would hang out with this woman as a married man. The fact that you guys would have conversations as a married man. Did you and Tammy ever cross the line?
It never crossed the line. Simone never thought we crossed the line. But we were really good friends. I mean, like, that was like a sister to me. And I think that we didn't understand the dynamic. I know I didn't understand the dynamic of how it was affecting Simone because they were hanging out. I mean, they went to London together.
Tammy and
Simone went to London together.
Without you.
Without me. And so I'm thinking, okay, we're cool. She's cool with Simone without me. But after Simone explained to me how she was feeling, that's when I was like, okay. Initially, I didn't get it.
Because was Tammy friends with you first or Simone first?
Yes, she was a work friend. We worked together at Coca-Cola.
Y'all worked together at Coca-Cola.
Played golf, hung out. She's just a good person. Mm-hmm. and became a friend of
ours. Was she
married? Not married. She was divorced.
Okay.
But she had become a friend of the family. Friend of us, friend of Simone's mom, her sister. I mean, she was truly like family. But it did get to a place where Simone got uncomfortable because she felt like she was spending too much time with the family, too much time with me. And I didn't get that concept because I was like, wait a minute, I mean, this is family. Like, why would we push back from family? And that's the reason why when we were going through our issues, I didn't get it. And that's the reason why I was like, well, if that's the issue, then that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to go this way. You go that way. Because I don't understand what you're talking about. Until we got to the reunion and she started explaining to me what hurt her about it. And then once she explained to me what hurt her about the situation, I was like, you know what? I haven't done everything in my power to try to fix it. Mm-hmm. And so when I got back to Atlanta, Tammy and I had a conversation and I fixed it.
How did that conversation go between you and Tammy?
I mean, it wasn't the best conversation, but she was truly a friend. So when we had the conversation, she was hurt, but at the same time, she was like, Cecil, I totally get it. I totally get it, and I understand what you got to do. And from that point, I mean, we met at Spondivets. We were sitting at the bar, having drinks, having a good time. We had the conversation. I haven't talked to her. I saw her one other time at a friend's birthday party. We hung out at a birthday party. Other than that, I haven't talked to her in 6 years, 6 years.
But that's the power of the show, I think, is that we're being most of us are being very genuine with our lives.
Most of us.
Right. And I said that on purpose. Most of us are being very genuine with our lives. And a lot of people are going through these same things. Mm-hmm. And life's not black and white. It's a lot of shades of gray. Mm-hmm. And so I can see as a man being very confused in that situation, like, okay, if my wife's cool with her, what's the problem? You know, but I think a lot of men who are watching the show probably gain some insight on your wife doesn't think like you think, you know, and so there's a lesson to be learned there. And so putting that out there has helped who knows how many people's marriages.
Right. Yeah, because again, I watched the show and I think what was unclear I'll just speak for myself, for me, was if Tammy and Simone are traveling together, they're going to London together, she's part of the family, you guys work together, she comes to the crib, she plays with the kids, you know, all these things. What changed where Simone felt that I no longer want this woman around my husband? Like, was there anything specific? Was it the fact that you two were spending too much one-on-one time together? Did Tammy inappropriately send you a text message? Like, what was the moment in Simone's mind that shifted that this is no longer something I'm okay with?
I mean, and that's a beautiful question. And I don't know 100% that this is the right answer, but I will say this. There was a time where Tammy had a flat tire and she called me and said, hey, I'm on the side of the road. I got a flat tire. Can you come and help me out? And I went. And I said, okay. And I told someone, I said, hey, Tammy's on the side of the road. I got to go. I'm going to go help her. I think that maybe how I moved on that, like I moved so fast, like I was like, I got to go help Tammy. I think that might have been a trigger for Simone to be like, okay, wait a minute.
So yeah,
I don't get the same.
Can I offer a different perspective?
Please do.
Because me and Toya have had a conversation similar. I think I was going to say a woman, but actually it could be either gender. I think when your spouse is confiding in the opposite sex about your relationship, it becomes problematic. Like, you can be friends with them, but don't talk to them about our relationship. So once like surface stuff, I think is okay. But if me and Toya get into an argument and I call a female friend to get advice about the argument. That's when it becomes an issue for Toya.
No, and I think that's fair, but that wasn't our relationship.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't our relationship, but that is fair.
Yeah.
That is a fair point.
Child, Cecil said, thanks, but no thanks. That wasn't our relationship, child. Don't be adding anything new to it, okay? We already resolved our situation. We good. I'm not about to admit that was a part of it and then start a whole new situation and drama. That wasn't it. So let's keep listening.
Because
I saw you jump really fast.
I jumped
to go
fast.
jump start someone's car because they had a flat tire.
Carlos, don't say jump start.
No, I'm saying that's. I mean,
said a
but
time.
no, because I now again I wanted to sort of like paint the picture for the world.
Yes,
I now understand that if I am at home and my husband is doing him, and he comes into the room and says, "Babe, I gotta go. Tammy got a flat tire. I gotta pump it up, right? I gotta." You know what I'm saying? And she sees you sweating, and she sees you got your running Nikes on, and you are in the car, pedal to the metal. I can understand why she's sort of like, now why are you rushing to do that for her? But let me ask you this. Were you ever attracted to Tammy?
No.
Never.
Never.
Is she an attractive woman?
She's an attractive woman. But I mean, I like all women.
I made a face, I'm sorry.
I like all women. I mean, some of my friends would be like, okay, yeah, I know Cecil's not attractive to Tammy. But the truth to the matter is she's such a sweet lady. Mm-hmm. She's such a beautiful spirit that she's an attractive woman. I just wasn't attracted to her. I mean, but we played golf together. We hung out. I mean, she's one of the nicest people you ever meet. But at the same time, running out the way I did for her, and you know, of course, when you're married, when you're in a relationship, people never feel like you jump when they ask, right?
Yes.
And I probably didn't jump every time Simone asked. Correct. And so to see me jump in this occasion, and then when there was a time when we had a snowstorm and Simone was over at Northside Hospital, and I asked her, like, are you sure you need me to come get you? I think she tied those two together and bingo.
Yeah. Do you miss Tammy?
I mean, yes, I do. I miss Tammy. Because we were in a golf group, and now I'm not in the golf group anymore. All the guys cut me to play Tammy. So we used to play in a golf group.
Wait, you mean to tell me your homeboys in the golf group...
I don't get any invites anymore. I get 0 invites.
They chose Tammy over you.
They did. I mean, they did. And I understand it.
Damn, see, so I didn't know that. I'm going to learn how to play golf. I play with you.
Right. I need it.
But why?
So...
Is she a good golfer?
She's a good golfer. But she's just a nice person.
But I think you're the nicest.
Thank you.
I love you, Eugene. But I think Cecil, I really do love you. I think you're the nicest guy in the world.
I appreciate that, Carlos.
And
I try to be nice, but at the same time, I wasn't mad at my guys for stop inviting me out to play golf. I don't play with those guys anymore. And these are some of the people I introduced Tammy to these guys. And I don't play in that group anymore. I got new guys now.
I need to meet Tammy to see what... I mean, is Tammy in a relationship now?
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't talked to her in like 5+ years.
Did you ever resent Simone for not being able to continue this friendship? And now even hearing that you lost your golf friends because of you ending this friendship.
I didn't resent her at all. I made a conscious decision when we were in New York at the reunion talking about it that, you know what, because at that point, I mean, I'd been married 20 years. So I'm like, you know what, if this is going to jeopardize me moving forward with my wife, then I got to let it go. And so I don't falter. I'm totally fine with it. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. But she was my friend.
Yeah.
She really was, and I'm sure that was a tough decision, but your wife, your friend, I get it, okay? And I'm glad that he's and Dr. Simone are doing better. This is for those of you who left comments wanting me to cover this part of the video. The reason why I didn't have much to say is because we talked about this already almost 5 years ago. And I will link that video in the description below for those of you who, wants to be reminded and, forgive the editing back then. I have improved. It's so much better. Back then, it's a black screen and all of that. Anyways, I'm wishing all of you well and take care. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.